It literally walked as it walked. It literally sounded as
Stacy.
Hey, we gotta get. How do we even get out of here?
I don't fucking know, dude, but fucking hang on.
Meet Dee, the outdoor adventurer and creator behind the YouTube channel, Dee's Dark Adventures. Through solo explorations of abandoned structures, reportedly haunted locations, and remote wilderness sites, Dee documents encounters with forgotten places often tied to local folklore, urban legends, and unexplained activity. On October 5th, 2025, Dee returns to a remote barn site deep within wooded terrain, accompanied by fellow explorer Bear, and almost immediately a routine investigation quickly escalates into a prolonged series of disturbances, suggesting that something within the forest is reacting to their presence, and possibly tracking their movements.
I just heard knocking after he just turned his camera off. There was knocking coming.
That was a weird sound.
It was.
What was that?
I don't know.
I was trying to distinguish what that could be. I have no idea what that could have been.
I'm hearing ducks or geese or something. There's no water. But those woods,
That definitely wasn't no duck or geese.
those woods look closer than they are. What?
Oh, did you hear that?
Listen, listen.
Holy smokes, look.
Dude. Hold on.
I just heard something come from the barn too, but that was two huge clacks.
I wonder if it was answering the one back there.
Did you hear that?
That wasn't a gun, was it? Pop, pop.
I know if the security camera picked up then. You guys had to hear that first one.
Upon arriving at the barn, Dee successfully brought Bear to the location before shifting focus towards entering the surrounding woods. Almost immediately, a sharp knocking sound echoes from within the tree line. Moments later, additional loud impacts ring out from separate directions, causing the environment to feel staged, as though multiple elements within the forest are coordinating their responses, but the source of that coordination remains hidden. As the pair move farther from the barn, their uncertainty deepens with every step, as if the forest itself is tightening around them.
Whoa.
Stop.
Hey, a minute ago there was something big over there.
Hold on, dude. Did you hear that?
That's a whole different thing. That was something different.
Alright.
That last thing, I've been listening over here. It was something. Listen.
I'm trying. Hang on.
Strange whistles and vocal sounds begin echoing from different directions, each carrying a tone neither explorer recognizes as known wildlife. They soon begin hearing what sounds like footsteps matching their movement through the brush. At one point, both investigators hear deep breathing nearby, visible through condensation in the cold air. Their concern grows even further when a goose-like call erupts from deep within the forest, despite the nearest river being nearly an hour away. The overlapping sounds create the feeling that something is tracking their location or slowly guiding them farther inside.
What?
Hey, it's coming. That's coming down the trail, man.
Someone behind me's talking.
That's right off the trail. Listen, it's getting closer.
I got talking.
I'm so hot right now.
Oh my God, dude.
That was coming straight at us. It kept coming. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
It was getting closer.
Listen.
There's one over here to the right, too.
I told you we got something behind us talking.
They're circling, man. There's something right over beside us, too.
Well, they want you to look this direction while something else happens. That's why I ignore it when they do it in my videos. Because I'm either looking at something or getting close to something they don't want me to see.
Their vocal mimicry intensifies when sudden, explosive knocks strike nearby trees with overwhelming force, causing both investigators to panic briefly. At the same time, sounds resembling overlapping owl calls begin forming unnatural patterns, possibly suggesting communication signals. As Dee attempts to speak back, faint whisper-like noises seem to echo through the forest, raising the disturbing possibility that something may be imitating or directly responding to human speech. Soon after, the forest grows unpredictably quiet between bursts of movement, heightening tension.
I got you guys above my head. I can't see anything. Stop. What is that? That was a call. That was a call. I gotta get another light. My light's dying. What was that? I just saw a red light right there. I swear I did. Way above your head. I hope I caught that.
Behind me or in front of me?
It looked like a red light flashed and it was about 6 feet taller than you are. I swear. I hope my light caught that.
Right behind me?
Yes, coming from the trail we were just on. That just scared the crap out of me, dude. It was real quick. I hope I caught it.
Man, I got a crazy freaking feeling going on right now.
Just as their backup lights begin dying one by one, a distant mechanical-like whooping noise begins echoing from behind them that doesn't resemble any natural wildlife call. The sound carries an unnatural rhythm, leaving the investigators unable to determine whether it is a warning or something closing in on their location. As the echo fades into the surrounding darkness, Dee suddenly spots a red light flash several feet above Bear's head, suspended within the tree canopy, and then, without warning, chaos erupts.
Listen.
Hey! Ow, son of a... Where you at? What the heck just happened? What happened? Hey! What just happened? Huh? Holy smokes, man, you're freaking way back here. Come on.
Help me up. What the fuck?
Come on. Hey, we gotta get, how do we even get out of here?
I
That
don't
drug
fucking
you back?
know, dude, but fucking I
That was through a whole freaking field.
Oh, my back is fucked.
There's a path. It just yanked you right through all that.
Where's my
Right here.
camera?
I don't know.
Oh my god, here. It's still going. Oh my god. It just drugged me.
I gotta get my camera.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, we gotta go.
I have no idea. Get your bag.
I'm trying. Fuck.
Get here.
Go get your stuff. I got mine. Go.
Dee suddenly becomes entangled and is violently dragged through dense brush and thorn-filled terrain, as if pulled by an unseen force. Her equipment is torn from its position while she desperately struggles to regain her footing. The relentless pulling only stops after she shouts a religious invocation. Injured, bleeding, and severely disoriented, the investigators immediately abandoned the exploration and rushed toward their vehicle, fighting to retrace their route through the maze-like trail system, while the unsettling sounds of movement continue trailing behind them. Dee ultimately escapes the forest that night, but the footage leaves behind more than just unanswered questions. The knocks, the strange sounds, and the way something seemed to circle them did not feel natural. When she was suddenly dragged through the brush, it did not act like wildlife defending territory. It felt as if something had chosen her and was trying to hurt her. The force was aggressive and controlled, not random or accidental. It only stopped after she shouted out, releasing her abruptly, almost as if it made a decision. The possibility that whatever was there intended real harm, even prolonged suffering, cannot be ignored. And if Bear hadn't been there, would Dee have made it out at all? In that moment, his presence may have been the only thing preventing something far worse. Some encounters leave behind confusions, but this one leaves fear. What happened in that forest did not feel like coincidence or animal behavior. It felt deliberate, like something resisting them. This unsettling footage comes from paranormal investigator Angelo, the creator behind the channel Exploring with Angelo, where he documents his journeys into abandoned, haunted, and legend-filled locations in search of evidence of the unknown. On July 11th, 2024, Angelo returned to a forest infamous in local lore as a former satanic cult site, an area rumored to have hosted ritual activity and lingering paranormal phenomena. His goal was simple: spend one night camping there alone. However, what began as another routine overnight investigation soon escalated into something far more disturbing, an experience so strange and unsettling that even Angelo struggled to fully explain what he encountered.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new haunted adventure that is about to get a little bit crazy, a little bit spicy. We're actually back at the satanic cult forest. We were here, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, roughly, maybe not even. But when we were here, we actually discovered something, proof that there is some sort of cult coming through here. A lot of locals, like I've explained before, have been telling us stories of seeing weird people coming in and out of the woods here late at night, sometimes even during the day. So apparently a local was actually walking through and found something kind of crazy in here the other day, which I will get to in a moment. I'll explain exactly what it is that they found. I'm going to actually try and head towards the spot and see if there's any remnants of whatever they found, which, like I said, I will explain shortly. But the last time we were here, things got kind of crazy. Actually, the last 2 times we were here. There was one time I was alone, other time we were with Brad. But yeah, I am once again alone. I'm about to go pretty far in there and just, I guess, see what we find. We're going to also camp out again, try and communicate with the other side as well. And I'm also going to do something that I probably shouldn't do, especially alone, but we're going to do it anyways. We're experimenting. We're trying new things here. So smash the like button and let's get this party started. Okay, so just starting out here. First things first. Hoping this spot is not super muddy like it usually is, because I just really don't want to slip. I'm all nice and clean. Ooh, it's nasty here. Can we get around this? We can if we go that way. Nah, that looks crappy too. Damn it. Alright, looks like we're using these logs. I keep hearing things moving around, but probably just wildlife. At one point I could have sworn I heard somebody talking. Sounded like a male, but there's no cars out there, just mine, unless, I mean, if somebody's coming in here, they could be parking elsewhere and taking a different entrance. Man, it's really nasty here.
As Angelo hiked deeper into the forest toward the same camping spot he had used on a previous trip, the first thing that caught his attention was the sharp sound of branches breaking somewhere nearby. He paused briefly, assuming it was probably wildlife moving through the trees, and continued forward. But moments later, he claimed he began hearing faint, distant voices, like man talking somewhere deeper in the forest. Despite how unsettling it felt, it didn't stop him from moving ahead. As he went further in, the atmosphere seemed to shift, the air growing heavy with an oppressive tension, and an uneasy sensation crept over him, as if he was being watched by something he couldn't yet see.
So, we could find something again, I don't know. Carol, getting a lot of names. common theme here, apparently. Lots of names.
My family is here.
Whoa, my family is here. Okay. Okay, what the f is that? What is that noise? Hello? What the hell? That was loud. That was definitely not an animal noise. There's no way. I don't see nothing. Hello? You know, I'm gonna go back for a second just to check. What the f was that? Hello? Okay, that was really strange.
Suddenly, Angelo began hearing strange noise echo through the forest. Sharp, hollow impacts, like someone forcefully striking wood against a tree. The sound carried unnaturally far, loud enough to cut through the silence, and it didn't resemble any animal movement or random forest noise. It felt intentional and aggressive. Fear tightened its grip on him, but he pushed forward, trying to stay composed and continue toward his destination. Then, just as he thought he had adjusted to the tension, something even more unsettling happened.
We're gonna head back, set up the tent, and investigate around there. But when I do have somebody who's able to come with me and help me make these videos for you guys, they moved right there. Then I think we'll actually venture further off in. Might as well. For now, let's just get back, set up camp, and we'll see what we get. What the hell? Oh, what the f was that? Look at that butterfly.
Then, out of nowhere, a faint giggle echoed through the trees, unmistakably resembling a woman's laughter, brief but chilling, followed immediately by the sharp crack of branches snapping nearby. Angelo froze for a moment, listening, his senses heightened, but after a few seconds he brushed it off, convincing himself it could have been his imagination, playing tricks in the eerie environment. Choosing not to dwell on it, he continued deeper into the forest. Eventually, he reached the campsite location and began setting up his gear, unaware that deciding to stay there might not have been the wisest choice, something he would come to realize later that night.
Where is the zipper? Sort of whistle again. Now it's a dog. Is that a dog? The f is that? Okay. That is a weird sound. Sounds kind of like an animal, but actually, now kind of sounds like it's coming from behind me. It's like a weird, like, moaning. I mean, it could just be an animal, I have no idea, but what animal does that noise? Oh, no, now it sounds like it's down there. What the f? What is that?
As he was setting up his tent, he suddenly heard a faint whistle drifting through the trees, followed by a series of strange, low noises. At first, Angelo assumed it might be a dog somewhere in the distance, but the sounds quickly began to feel wrong, unnatural. They carried an odd, almost human-like quality, resembling soft moans more than any animal call. The unfamiliarity of the noises left him visibly uneasy, but he pushed through the discomfort and continued preparing his camp. Once inside his tent, he decided to take things a step further. Wanting to test whether what he had been experiencing was connected to the forest's alleged hauntings or the local legends of cult activity, Angelo brought out a Ouija board and began a session alone in the darkness, unknowingly inviting even more tension into an already unsettling night.
Spirits, entities of the woods here, whatever might be here, come through, use my energy and speak on this board.
Edith.
Is there anything here with me? Oh, I'm feeling something. There's something out there.
Like.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Well, that was weird. It literally walked as it walked. It literally sounded as if...
Stacy.
What the f was that? Nope, no. That's... I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know if I want to know what the hell that was.
As Angelo used the Ouija board, he sensed a presence outside the tent. Peeking out, he saw nothing. Shrugging it off, he began to zip the tent back up when a loud guttural growl erupted from right outside. The sound was primal, deep, and chilling, as if some creature or entity was deliberately vocalizing its presence. A shiver ran through Angelo, striking fear deep into his core. Driven by a need for answers, he resumed the Ouija session, and almost immediately, the presence outside reacted, even more aggressively.
That's weird. Oh my god. What is going on here? Oh my... Okay, what is that? What keeps doing that? I'm telling you right now, something is out here.
Zachary.
Zachary? Zachary is out here? I don't see nothing. This is trippy. Okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit. We're just gonna set this aside for a moment, because that was a bit much. Do I even dare? It sounded like I said don't. Well, I'm gonna look outside. Oh, what the f*** that was that sound again? What the fuck? What the fuck? Shit. What was that? Nothing here, no one here. Okay, I'm gonna pack up this tent real quick and get the f out of here. Hoping to stay a lot longer, but I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea anymore. And I honestly just want to get the hell out of here. What the hell? I'm hearing all sorts of weird noises. Again, can't distinguish the difference right now between what might be paranormal and what might be just nature. There's also some weird ass bugs crawling all over the camera, which is awesome. I just heard something made a sound in my ear. What the was that? Nope. Let's just go. There's the exit. Holy crap.
Then the sound came again, a deep, guttural growl that resembled some kind of creature. Yet when Angelo looked outside, there was absolutely nothing there. No animal, no footsteps, no visible movement in the darkness. The growls repeated multiple times, low and threatening, as if something unseen was deliberately making its presence known. The realization that the sound was coming from just outside his tent, without any visible source, sent a wave of fear through him. It felt intentional, almost like whatever was out there wanted him to know he wasn't alone. That was the moment he decided he had enough. He began packing his gear to leave immediately, abandoning his original plan to stay the night. But even as he was leaving the campsite, the unsettling events didn't stop. From somewhere nearby, he heard the sharp clacking sound of glass hitting against something, followed by what he described as a faint whisper right next to his ear, close enough to make him instinctively turn his head. That was the breaking point. Adrenaline took over, and he rushed out of the area as quickly as possible until he reached a clearing and finally made it back to safety, physically unharmed but deeply shaken by what had happened. The experience left him with more questions than answers. The earlier banging sounds, the distant whistles, the strange moaning noises, and finally the aggressive growls. All of it created a pattern too disturbing to dismiss as coincidence. Whether it was something paranormal, psychological, or something else entirely, the encounter became a chilling reminder that some places may hold presences we cannot see or understand. And perhaps the most unsettling thought of all was this: whatever was out there that night didn't just exist in the darkness. It reacted to him being there. The mystery of that unseen presence remains unresolved, making it one of the most terrifying experiences of Angelo's life. A night he would never fully be able to explain or forget. This encounter comes from the YouTube channel Safety Third, owned by Jed, where he documents his backpacking and hiking journeys into remote, eerie, and long-abandoned forests, along with occasional urban exploration of forgotten structures, blending his passion for travel with video storytelling. On January 1st, 2025, Jed set out on another solo adventure, this time heading deep into the old abandoned mines hidden within Daniel Boone National Forest. He trekked several miles into the wilderness, far from civilization, intending it to be nothing more than a routine scouting trip. But as he pushed deeper into the isolated terrain, the atmosphere began to feel different, turning what should have been a simple exploration into something far more unexpected.
What condition they're in. We've been in this area before. We're in the west part, so it's kind of a toss up here. But there is this old railroad bridge. This thing is very old and it's very big. We're gonna look under it and we're gonna see if we can walk across it. Looks like you can. It's just gated, I guess, to keep vehicles off of it. We need to get across Rock Creek. If it's the Shalatoy Trace Trail, it's a pretty famous trail. It probably has a bridge we can use, and then we can just go through the woods to access what we want. So we'll probably just cross the creek. I'm just gonna put the waterproof covers on my shoes and cross here. We need to get over there. Yeah, it's a good thing I use these. I would definitely be hiking in wet boots. Okay, let's see what's up here. It should be a trail of some kind. Old road, maybe? Yeah, there may be one. There's one marker that way, but there's a bunch of markers this way, so we're gonna go right. Got a little bit of an early start, so that's a plus. Yeah, that looks like it might really be a road. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good.
He pushed forward with his plan despite the growing sense of isolation as the forest thickened around him, each step taking him farther from any sign of civilization. Then, without warning, the quiet was violently broken by a thunderous crash nearby. the unmistakable sound of something large being dislodged and crashing down the steep hillside. It was powerful enough to echo through the trees, immediately sending a surge of unease through him. He later explained that the noise sounded like an entire tree collapsing somewhere in the distance, heavy, sudden, and impossible to ignore. After pausing briefly to listen, he chose to keep moving, making his way toward the creek as planned. But just as he began to settle back into the rhythm of his hike, another sharp disturbance rang out through the forest, once again breaking the silence and reinforcing the unsettling feeling that something unusual was happening around him.
Yeah, it's there. This is all collapsed, man. It's collapsed. Okay, that's alright. This is definitely mine. You can see in the gaps where it went down. I think I see the coal seam. Maybe the top of it there. Look at that. Okay. Something's knocking wood up there. I don't know, that's weird. What is that, man? It's like...
During his search, he came across the remains of a collapsed mine entrance. While examining the area, he suddenly heard a series of sharp knocking sounds, like someone striking wood with clear, intentional force. The noises were too rhythmic and controlled to be explained by animals or natural movement, and they carried an unmistakably human quality. What made it even more unsettling was his location. He was nearly 280 miles from civilization, deep in the wilderness, and it wasn't even the season for shell-to-wee trace hikers, meaning there should have been no one else anywhere nearby. Yet the evidence suggested otherwise. He wasn't alone out there. Driven by both curiosity and unease, he tried to track down the source of the sounds. As he moved in the direction they seemed to be coming from, he discovered another mine entrance. This one was different. It had been sealed off with a gate, as if someone had deliberately tried to prevent people from going inside, or perhaps to keep something from coming out.
How is this even in there? Is it bolted? Oh, it's welded and then they bolted into the rock. Right there, that's it. How many times did they do that? That's the question. Just once? No, at the bottom too. On the sides. I wonder if we could dig under it.
He attempted to get closer, hoping to slip past the heavy welded gate, but it was impossible. Still, he moved on and soon discovered another sealed mine entrance, deciding to inspect that one as well. Through the gaps he could see inside, which only fueled his curiosity, but there was no physical way to enter. The barrier was firm and unyielding, leaving him standing there, drawn toward whatever lay beyond, yet completely unable to reach it.
I don't think these are like very old at all. That's a pretty high coal seam too. And it's dry. What the freak? That was weird. We got bars on mines, we got people screaming, hooting and hollering. Just my luck, whatever.
As he examined the mine, a sudden, piercing scream rang out nearby, followed moments later by another equally chilling scream. They weren't animalistic, they sounded unmistakably human, yet when he looked around, there was no one in sight. He even called out hello twice, trying to reach whoever or whatever was screaming, but received no answer. The woods, once seemingly empty, now felt alive with an unseen presence. He pressed on briefly and found another mine, but an instinctive sense of danger stopped him from going further. Feeling watched, as if someone or something was stalking him, he decided to trust his gut and retreat toward the safety of the trail. The earlier crash, the deliberate knocks on wood, and now the screams all felt connected, a warning that he had crossed into territory he shouldn't. Given how deep he was in the wilderness, the possibility of a human presence was unnerving. Viewers who examined the footage closely noticed something deeply unsettling. Across the entire video, there were no ambient sounds of wildlife, no bird calls, no distant movements typical of a forest. The silence was unnatural, as if the forest itself had gone eerily quiet, heightening the sense that something was deliberately watching or manipulating the space around him. Coupled with the loud, human-like screams, the heavy knocks on wood, and the earlier crash, it created an unnerving impression that the area was being deliberately controlled by an unseen presence. Whatever, or whoever, had caused these strange and terrifying events remained completely unknown, leaving the forest's secrets hidden and the mystery unresolved. Meet Mark, one of the on-screen investigators and primary face behind the YouTube channel It's Bates, specializes in nighttime exploration of restricted zones, alleged paranormal hotspots, and abandoned construction sites often surrounded by local rumors and internet urban legends. On August 25, 2025, Mark and fellow explorer Martin returned to a fenced-off forest containing an unfinished construction site tied to a previous unexplained sighting. What begins as a simple revisit quickly shifts into a situation suggesting something inside the forest may already be tracking their movement.
Halloween is actually getting pretty close, which means, all sorts of creepy people could be outside at night. So, you gotta stay cautious, guys. And actually, a little story here. Me and Martin were recording, last week. And after recording, we noticed a weird guy walking out of the forest we came from. We caught it on footage. I'll show you guys the footage.
This was, super creepy. We saw weird things over here too as well. I don't know if it's if something really bad is gonna happen once we're actually going to the woods or what, but I'm really creeped out. I'm just gonna say that.
While positioned outside the restricted forest, Mark references earlier footage capturing an unidentified figure emerging from the same tree line. Fully aware of the dangers tied to nighttime exploration, the team debates the risk but ultimately chooses to proceed. Despite clear hesitation, they step into the forest, unknowingly following the exact path where the figure was last seen vanishing into the darkness, a disappearance that was never explained.
Oh, what is this place?
Alright, bro. What else now?
There's a clearance here.
Well, we gotta go that way, right?
Yeah, we got in the forest. There's a text in the tree.
Oh, there is.
I swear I keep hearing sounds, bro. Okay, so
This place is really messed
falling
up.
apart.
Yeah. Look. So many what do you call them? Nature noises.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh shit. Dude, that's the fence.
dude, is that a fence?
Yeah, bro, you can see it on camera too.
Wait, so this is the construction site.
Yeah, I think it starts over here.
Guys, look. Or whatever.
Yeah, that's the fence
It's
here.
a fence here. You can see the fence right here. Dude, look.
Yeah.
Soon after entering the trail, they realized they forgot their flashlights and must rely on their phones, which only light a few meters ahead. Strange forest sounds made it hard to tell where they were coming from. Just as they reach a clearing, they spot the fence around the abandoned construction site. The forest behind them grows unusually quiet while the restricted zone ahead remains visually blocked, adding to the tension and uncertainty to their path.
Guys, we're deep in the forest right now.
Yeah, bro. Dude, your battery is 97. Wait. Shh. Is that footsteps? Holy fucking shit, bro. Wait.
Dude, let's go back. Dude. Let's go. Come on. Oh! Fuck. What the heck?
Turn back. Come. Shit. Fuck. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What's that? Fuck.
As they push farther along the fence, they abruptly stop after detecting what looked like human-like footsteps moving within close proximity to their location. The sound appears sudden, deliberate, and synchronized with their own movement through the underbrush. The moment they attempt to disengage from the area, an unidentified figure briefly becomes visible within the darkness, charging toward them with reckless, desperate speed. They ran for their lives, the pursuit making it clear that the situation could have escalated into serious harm at any moment. Their retreat suggests they had entered territory already occupied by something or someone actively monitoring them, and fleeing may have only confirmed their exact location. The footage ends without revealing the figure's identity or explaining the footsteps that triggered their panic. What was moving inside the restricted forest after dark? Was it connected to the previous sighting, or it was something else entirely? And most unsettling of all, if they were being observed long before noticing, how long had the clown been tracking them? In remote off-limits wilderness, there is no way to know whether Mark and Martin are investigating abandoned land or stepping straight into a presence that was never meant to be found.